She's the owner of Murray's Mortuary. She's a Hollywood Town Council member and a community leader. Now, Dr. Chardale Murray wants to be the next representative for South Carolina House District 116. I speak exclusively with Dr. Murray for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on social media. Dr. Chardale Murray, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
How are you, Quintin?
Nice seeing you again. Nice seeing you again. And I'll have to say this first. Obviously, we want to thank you as a family for helping us during our time of grieving when we lost our grandmother last year. So thank you, Murray's Mortuary, for your help.
And thank you for using our service.
Yes, anytime.
Yes.
Yeah, great service. I know now you are a busy woman. You are a mom. You are the owner of Murray's Mortuary, as I just mentioned.
Yes.
Obviously, you're a Hollywood Town Council, and you're a very notable person in this town.
Yes.
I understand now that you want to run for South Carolina House District 116 now that Robert Brown's retiring.
That's correct.
Why Chardale Murray? Why now?
Why Chardale Murray? Because the critical issues that we have in the town of Hollywood and in District 116, I can take it to a higher level, the state level. I can help with those issues versus on a local level when it comes to expanding Medicaid or putting trades in the school, better broadband, things like that.
You talk about trades. Where exactly would you put trades in? What schools? How many trades would you put in, say, for St. John's High School?
Well, if I can put it in all the schools in my district. That's Colleton County, Baptist, and St. John's, which is auto mechanic, brick masonry, carpentry, things like that.
Sure.
The tools that they can go out and become entrepreneurs and have a legacy for their child or someone.
And I know you talked earlier about broadband access. Where exactly should that be in House District 116?
Broadband, we need it all over. Like, again, my area covers from Walterboro all the way down 17 to Main Road, which covers Johns Island, Guatemala. So the areas like Eddystone, Sugar Hill, Parkers Ferry, Adams Run, Cottageville, Roundel, Jacksonboro. The internet connection is bad. Even with me right now living in the town of Hollywood, it's limited. I switched from Frontier to HughesNet, but it's still like dial-up. And something simple as sending a picture, me being in funeral service, the signal, even if you don't have a computer on your cell phone, you may have to go 2 miles down the road in order to get service. And that's really not acceptable in 2020, to someone send me a picture for a funeral service. You shouldn't have to leave your house. I want to make things convenient for the people in the town. And it's less stressful, just like going online, ordering things, being in funeral service. Besides, we didn't know COVID-19 would play a part, but a lot of things can be done online that's less stressful for the family when you're doing cremation and different things like that. They don't even have to come in. But if you don't have good broadband, then you have to come inside the funeral home, and a lot of people, they just don't feel comfortable. That broadband, if you were a state representative today, what bill would you propose or co-sponsor to make certain that those people in House District 116 get adequate broadband? Well, Congressman Clyburn already started it, so I will work along with him, to make sure that we push. I think he's trying to have it on every PBS tower, so the people can have better internet service. You talked about earlier about bringing trades and whatnot, and obviously you talked about education as well. Is single-member districts acceptable in House District 116? That was something they were talking about recently when we were up there to the Capitol, so I'm not sure about the single-member district, but it would make sense to vote for someone that you know versus someone who doesn't live in the area to represent your district. Why should people vote for you, Dr. Murray? They should vote for me because I'm a go-getter, I'm passionate, and they know that I'm going to get the job done. I've always been concerned about my social environment, and my degree is also in social work. A lot of people, even though I don't work in that field, but being a business owner, my business is still like a ministry. But you want someone who will fight for the people and not just there for a title. And my record speaks for itself. every year I do scholarships. I'm always donating to Relay for Life, American Cancer Society, you know, etc. And then I'm involved with a lot of organizations like I'm an AKA, I'm an ELK.
Oh yes.
I sit on various boards throughout the Tri-County, like Horizon, Counseling Service with Deidre Moss, and I sat on Canaan Bible College board, different things like that. So
that's amazing.
So they need someone, again, who have their best interests at heart.
What is the best interest when it comes to single member districts in Charleston County?
In Charleston County, again, you know, they want to close the schools down in the rural areas. And I feel that if going on the state level, I can work with the schools and see what we can do to have the enrollment or the population up. I think we should have the core program. It doesn't matter if you live in Charleston, North Charleston, or move from out of town. Everybody should be on the same page.
You talk about those rural schools. I have to ask you this. What's your definition of quality of life in House District 116?
The quality of life is not bad, but again, we don't have a lot of options. It's limited, so we don't have storefront businesses, small owners in business, farmers market, things like that. We need a nail shop or maybe some fast food restaurants, things like that. We shouldn't have to go, again, miles down the road just to have those.
Why are we still here with that in 2020?
I'm not sure. So that's why you need younger people with fresh ideas like me in office so we can make a change.
What change would you make as far as, you know, gentrification and really smart growth in House District 116?
Well, recently we had a meeting, all the municipalities. I was working with Teddy Pride, Jerome Hayward, and those. You probably saw it on news, Dr. Terry. Trying to get affordable homes. When I say affordable homes, homes for working class people, teachers, and maybe someone who doesn't have good credit, but they don't have to put a large amount of money down to afford the cost of living. Because right now you have people paying a lot in rent, $1,500 or more, when they can use that to purchase toward a new home. I think like within a year time you can refinance, and you have the agents from Home Depot, you have the closing attorney, everybody there to help you with this process. So,
and you talk about housing. What is the state of affordable housing in your district?
Well, the income, I think, with most of the constituents in Hollywood, their income probably $40,000. So, affordable housing doesn't mean houses starting over $200,000 or more. Just like I said, like 1,500 square feet home for a single family, with the income of $40,000 that they can afford. 3-bedroom, maybe 2-car garage, something.
Now, what programs would you have in place as far as trying to help those particular residents there get affordable houses?
Well, again, we have some workshops that we already done in the town, and the literature from working with the city of North Charleston, and some other municipalities. So we have people that comes out and did a workshop for us.
How many minority-owned businesses would you bring to House District 116?
That I'm not sure, but as many as I can. That's why it's important to try to get the trades, and so people can become entrepreneurs, or even if not in the school, maybe have something linked with Trident, One Stop in town.
And what businesses do they need right now?
We need a lot of businesses out in Hollywood, and we need something simple as a business center, because after 6 o'clock you can't even get a money order in the town in Hollywood, because the post office is closed. And the senior citizen, they don't have anywhere to pay the utility bills, because SCG, Dominion, is closed now in the town, and it's a need for a whole lot of businesses out there.
What is that rural character of District 116 in your mind?
Rural character? be prepared for smart growth, but keeping it rural, because that's the reason why I moved back there. Nice, fresh, clean air.
Yes. What is the biggest difference between when you moved away and then when you came back?
The big difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I noticed a lot of the younger people of my era, they don't tend to come back home. I mean, of course, I guess some people can't come if they're in the military, but it's a lot of senior citizens in heirs property.
Sure.
And people need to just come back, you know, and embrace the neighborhood so we can improve the quality of life, you know, for people in the town.
You talk about obviously embracing that obviously neighborhood and obviously that district. What issues would you tackle when it comes to heirs property?
Well, we had some workshop also at Trident Tech about heirs property. Probate Judge Curry came down and heirs preservation. So that's all we can do, continue to educate the people, just keep them informed.
How do you hope to keep them informed from Columbia?
From Columbia?
Yes,
well,
if you become a state representative.
Yeah, I'm still living there, but I'll find ways, because in that area, I think some areas in 116 is already vetted for the ozone. Right. And that's something that can, you know, have a lot of workshops and just maybe start a newspaper or something out in the rural areas.
And you talk about opportunity zones. What is the state of that right now?
That's something I'm learning about. Opportunity zone. I know. I think Tim started it.
Right.
But the tools, I think we just have to have the proper tools when it comes to the investor as well as the constituents, you know, that can benefit both parties.
Both parties.
Yeah, I think I heard Tim. I heard part of it saying something about you have to something about 5 years or 10 years with the property or something. I'm not sure, but I don't know a whole lot with the opportunity zone. But
what are you working on it? What do you hope they will do after those 5 years with the opportunity zones?
I'm not sure, but whatever it is, create jobs for everybody, you know, at least majority of people in the community.
Sure. And let me turn over to obviously healthcare. What steps would you take to address the lack of accessible healthcare in that particular neighborhood, in that community of House District 116?
Well, healthcare, again, as a lawmaker, you know, we can help with expanding Medicaid to the seniors out there. Because we can implement it and work with the people also on the federal level. And what more actions do you want to be taken on that particular issue as far as accessible health care? Well, again, if I can, maybe we could push for urgent care out on 17. Oh, good. Because living on Eddystone or Cottageville, because again, I'm thinking of my areas, the nearest hospital is at least 48 to 50 miles. Wow. So, but if we have an urgent care, that would help. On 17 somewhere. And what else would you bring on that particular corridor of 17? More foods, restaurants, and we need some attraction, because Hollywood is growing, but we don't have a lot of attractions, you know, with the tourists coming through. Yeah. You know, something like that. If you were a state representative, how would you attract many of those businesses to come to your district? How would I attract them? Yes, ma'am. I have a lot of ideas. Sure. I just have to take them one day at a time. I don't know, but at least I'll be there. Sure. To work with some other groups and see who can help me with that. Okay. So. And let me get back to you. Obviously, you are a mom. You're an owner of the Murray's Mortuary, as I just mentioned. You're a Hollywood Town Council member. And what else that we don't know about Dr. Chardale Murray? Actually, well, a lot of people don't know that I was a French teacher for 4 years for Upward Bound. Wow. I gave my degrees in social work. Yes. And I also worked for ESPN, recording the NASCAR race in Talladega. Wow. So they don't know that about me. And I was the state auditor.
Wow.
I fixed barcode labels on state property for Montgomery.
Oh my gosh.
Got many hats.
Many hats.
I can cook. So, things like that.
Maybe you can give J.A. Moore a run for his money.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I know you don't like to talk.
Yeah, I know.
But thank you for doing this.
But I don't say a lot, but I know how to take action.
Action. What exactly action would you take on day one if you were elected state representative?
Well, what I do is to try to see what kind of grants that I can get for the people in the town of District 116 to help with water, again, internet service and things like that. Any
help with as far as sewer issues?
Well, we have a sewer issue, but sewer, just as I said, better broadband and things like that.
Okay. To be continued.
Yes.
Well, Dr. Chardale Murray, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you. And you have a good one.
Well, you too.